Hello, everyone. Thank you again for joining the September 2024 Pitch4k competition. I'm going to walk away from that speaker. I want to do an introduction of our host for the evening, Ms. Karma Lewis. Ms. Karma has spent most of almost 30 years working in corporate America while volunteering. After losing her father in 2014, Karma shifted gears to her community work. Today, Karma is president of the Flint Neighborhoods United and constituent service representative for Congressman Dan Kildee. Thank you, Ms. Karma.
I don't want to catch when they put something in their mouth. Lasia Johnson, founder of LJ Essentials. And we have Jennifer Hickman, Director of Operations for MEDC. Nope. Oh, 100K. Okay, cool. And then we have Warren McClure, Executive Director, Factory 2. Okay, today's Pitch4k is designed to foster the entrepreneurial mindset in Flint and Genesee County, along with creating an inclusive support system to assist individuals in moving their ideas, products, and businesses forward. In order to participate, you must be 18 years of age or older, reside in Genesee County or Flint. You must accept mentoring both before and after the competition. Since the start of your business has not generated more than $250 in revenue. Today's competition marks the 6th year of Pitch4k. This is the first of 3 competitions this year. Thank you. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's not on. There we go. Okay. Let's give a shout out to my foundation, because without them, this would not happen. And thank you to MEDC for the award, to being our award sponsor for the People's Choice Award. Okay, our finalists participating were selected out of 18 submissions. As part of their preparations, the finalists participated in a pitch clinic facilitated by the University of Michigan's Office of Research and Economic Development, and they were paired with a mentor to assist in their pitch preparation. The finalists will have 5 minutes to present their pitch. After that, the judges are allowed 1 question per pitch, and the finalists will have 60 seconds to respond. The judges will then deliberate and select winners 1 through 3. The audience will then determine the People's Choice Award. The People's Choice Award is $1,000. Third place, another $1,000. Second place is $2,500, and first place is $5,000. Are we ready? Okay. First up, we have Bronwyn Lipka, who has established a small business called Bronwyn.PSD, specializing in aftermarket dust jackets for books. Her distinctive illustrations rejuvenate books, appealing to a fresh audience who have not been drawn to the original designs. Through her work, Bronwyn breathes new life into literature, bridging generations and sparking a newfound interest in classic and modern stories alike. Today, she will show you how she takes your favorite books to a new level. Bronwyn.
Thank you for that introduction, Miss Karma. And hello to everybody, my name is Bronwyn. And now if I told you guys that this was the cover for my pitch today, would you have any idea what I'm about to talk about? Yeah, probably not, since these are just words and images that aren't telling you anything about me. But this gives you a glimpse into my story. It has my name, a little bit about me, my business, but also what I sell, all in one perfect visual. Now, the same method of thinking can be applied to books. We always say, don't judge a book by its cover, but we all know that everyone does. And these are some examples of books where the cover really isn't doing them any justice. It's all just words that mean nothing to you guys, slapped on top of some sort of icon that doesn't tell us anything about the story. But this is where I come in. It's my job to make you want to read again. I redesign book covers and give them a fresh new look that's meant to capture the eye of a reader who would not have been drawn into the original cover in the first place. And this is Exhibit A of my work. Pretty nice, right? This gives me a great idea of the essence of this story and makes me invested in the outcome. Oh. Now, who wants these on their shelves? It's book lovers. They're Gen Z and millennial women, for the most part, with a good amount of spendable income. Now, these are the people that are always judging the book by its cover and are very drawn in by art and aesthetics. They probably even have a color-coded bookshelf in their house, just like me. Now, these people can be narrowed down into two categories. One being people who already read the book and just want to upgrade their shelves, but also number two, people who know nothing about the book, but bought my covers because they are pretty. Now, how do we reach these book lovers? It's through the use of Instagram and TikTok, or a wonderful place we like to call Book Talk, which is a largely increasing community for people to discuss books together online. Now, this is my friend Lynn. He's on Book Talk. He is a publisher from Texas, and he posted a video about my covers. And he says, one of my biggest complaints about the publishing industry is the lack of aftermarket options, meaning dust jackets. They're the easiest way to upgrade a book, but there's just not enough of them out there. I personally would buy 5 of the same book if I could put 5 different covers that I love on them. Stories live in us and on the shelves of people who collect books. We want something that represents our love for them with art that accurately represents the story inside. Now, I couldn't have said that any better myself. And this leads me to my competitors. There are a few people who do the same thing, but they're literally always sold out. And I think a lot of this is due to gold foiling, which I'm sure you guys have seen before. It's that shiny stuff on a book that looks really cool. But it's very hard to replicate, it takes a long time, and it also takes a very specific printer, which is a whole different step in itself. Now, I actually don't do gold foiling at all. I utilize the printers that are next door, so all of my stuff is made locally in downtown Flint. And because of this, when I sell out, I'm able to restock in about a week or two, and I've actually sold out 3 times to date, and it has gone very smoothly. And then, so let's take a second to talk about numbers really fast. So this is my set of dust jackets. It sells for $65, and production cost is about $20, which leaves me at a profit of $45. And so far this year, I've actually made $8,000, which is really cool considering that I started in July. And on this screen, you're gonna see a yellow box that has my projection for the remaining quarter of the year. And then the green and the blue boxes are my hopeful projections for the next 2 years. But you may be wondering, Bronwyn, how are you gonna reach these numbers? It's actually quite simple. I really do have an unlimited growth because there's always new people who are reading for the first time. There's always people that are lifetime readers that are being introduced to this particular series. And then on top of that, we got books coming out on the daily at this point. So there's lots of room for me to explore, grow, but also keep reading and then keep creating more products. And on top of this, since the pandemic, book sales have gone up by 23%, which is just more good news for me because that means people are still collecting physical copies. But the ultimate place where I see my growth is through my Instagram, and this is mainly just because I'm always posting art and sketches and sharing other people's art on my stories. And then on top of that, answering comments and direct messages. If I could only get to the next slide. Okay. Plus, it helps that creating and drawing is something that I love to do, and it comes to me very naturally, and it's what I'm doing in my free time, no matter if someone's paying me to do it or not. And once I create something, it's very easy for me to just keep selling it, and hopefully people keep buying them for the rest of my life. But that's all I've got for you guys today. If you have any questions, please let me know. But thank you for letting me share my business with you.
Hello.
Hello.
I love, love, love the art. Number one, let
Thank
me
you.
say that. I think it's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, to seek clarity, you are recreating book covers that are already in existence.
Yeah, redesigning them. Yes.
Okay, are there any kind of licenses or anything
Yeah.
that you would need to be able to recreate someone else's
Yeah.
project, or what kind
So,
of roadblocks are there?
To answer your question, the short answer is no, but that's because I'm covering my bases. So usually when I go about posting this art, I'm always tagging the author in the actual picture itself, like on Instagram, for example. And then in the caption, I make sure I always put like characters are owned by this author, or like story is owned by this person. I also do this on my website too, so I make sure in the description I specifically say, I'm not selling physical copies of this book. This work belongs to this person. And plus on the dust jacket, it actually says the author's name twice. So all of this is kind of functioning as like a small advertisement for them, because if anyone's coming to my page who knows nothing about what I'm selling, they're redirected to that author. So there's really no problem with it, especially since it's someone else's art or someone else's work, and I am saying this is my interpretation of their story. So there's really no problem. It also is kind of nice because then if authors find you, they can license your work, and then they can make money off of that. But that hasn't happened to me yet, but maybe in the future it will. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. Yes. Hi.
How do you decide which books you're going to do covers for?
I just do the ones that I like. This was a series that I read in February, and I was completely obsessed with it, and I kind of missed the characters, to say the least. I don't know if you guys know this, but there's actually like scientific research behind how our brains don't know the difference between real life friends and fictional characters. So once you finish a book, that's why you get book depression, in a sense. And I actually started drawing these just because I missed the characters, and my lovely boyfriend was the one that suggested I should probably post it. And then it turned into this whole thing. So yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah.
So one more question about why you're here.
Yeah.
The $5,000 to the winner, what would you do with it?
Yeah, so I actually have a slide for this so you guys can see. So essentially I want to get some stuff to run my business from home, and the main thing I need is a computer with a bigger screen, and that's just so I can view my work, make sure there's no mistakes, and then send that to the printer and make sure that's all good to go. But then I also need to manage and design my website. That's something that I do all on my own, so I need a computer to do that. And then I also really want to get a label printer, which, as you can see, it like prints the label on like the sticker, so you can just slap it on a package. Right now, I'm printing the labels on a piece of paper, folding it, slipping it in like this sticky insert, taking something off the back, and it's just like a whole long process. So if I can get this, that'll all go by much quicker. And then I also want to get this camera stand where you like put your phone on the top and it's got this light, and it kind of like records you as you're working. And this could be really cool to post videos of me, you know, in process, but also I could pack videos or pack orders in videos, and people like to see that sort of content. So that would just help increase, you know, content, hopefully gain more followers from it, and then more orders. So yeah, it'll all help me. Thank you. Woo, done. Thank you.
Okay. Danielle Statham is a proud 90s kid turned boy's mom. She's always had a passion for all things beauty. Her business, Beauty Controversy, oh, thank you. Her business, Beauty Controversy, was born from an endless debate, I know all about this, on natural versus enhanced beauty. Danielle embraced both sides of the spectrum, from barefaced days filled with simplicity to glammed up moments that mask the complexities within. It's all about owning your beauty narrative, whatever that may be. All right, come on, Danielle.
Hey ladies, have you imagined it's your wedding day? You have been planning for years, months, days. from your wedding venue, from the invitations to the bridesmaids, your wedding dress, the makeup and hair. And now you're walking down the aisle. And as you get to the altar, you're crying your heart out, and your partner looked as if he's seen a bug in your eye, and he whispered, "Eyelashes." And then the photographer captured this moment, and then you just wish it that there was someone who had a solution for your problem. Well, I do. My name is Danielle Statham, and I am the owner of Beauty Controversy. Beauty Controversy, where we sell lash extensions and its accessories. But our main focus is the Lash Case Poppable. The Lash Case Poppable store women eyelash extensions in, and it helps keep it sanitary, and you can store it anywhere on the go. Inside the case, there is a unique S-shaped insert that allows you to store your lashes on both sides. It helps it keep it sanitary, helps it keep the shape of the lashes, and it helps keep it, it makes it drop proof. On the base, there is a sticky adhesive that allows you to stick from your phone, your car, your laptop, your locker, and anywhere on the go. The lashes industry is a $2.8 billion industry and is expected to reach $4.8 billion by year 2027. Our target market are women from the ages of 15 through 45. They spend an average of $313 on a monthly basis. And the lash extension is recession-proof, it is COVID-proof, and it's here for stay for the longevity. So we tested the market with 100 units on Black Friday. We sold out, and we tested the market again on Valentine's Day with 500 units, resulting in $60,000 in sales. So our cost for the product for consumer is $60. Our production cost is $5. So in year one, we plan to sell 20,000 units. We plan to make $1.2 million within our first year. In 2026, we plan to sell 50,000 units and make $3 million. And then in 2027, we plan to sell 100,000 units, making $6 million. So our revenue stream, so our first year, we would like to work with Shopify, Etsy, and Amazon. Our second year, we work with Offer and Support at HSN QVC. And then on our third year, we will create a vendors for vending machines and makeup artists to sell our products. So our competition is PopSocket. They have a lip balm, but with their lip balm, they don't have storage for their lash extensions. And Outerbox don't have any storage. Lure, they actually have a lash case, but it's nothing like ours. It doesn't fit different sizes. It does not allow for different places for you to store your lashes on your website. So with our advantages, so it's interchangeable places for women, also like your phone, your car, your laptop, anywhere you go. It has a convenience storage. It has a shape insert to keep the shape of the lashes. It clips the lashes, strips the lashes, and makes lashes as well. So our gained from 2,000 to 5,000 social media followers. It will have 500 to 100 customers, and then we will have 100 to 200 returning customers. And thank you. This is Beauty Controversy.
So first off, thank you. You said it would be $60 for a unit.
Yes.
What is the production type now that
I can't hear you.
What is the production type now that you have it? You said you did the prototyping with 3D printing.
Yes.
Yeah. After that, what is the production type now?
I can't hear you.
Are you going to continue 3D printing them?
Oh, no. We have a manufacturer actually here in Michigan.
Okay. Okay. Injection molding.
Yes.
Okay.
With the amount that you sold this last year, you said you did 60,000.
Yes. So we did a crowdfunding. So we did a crowdfunding on Valentine's Day this year.
Okay. Have you been able to sell with that $60 price mark?
So we actually went into a lot of problems. We went with a vendor in China. We had problems with customs, and with the delays on the wait time, we had to reimburse some of the money back, and then we had to give other incentives as well.
Okay.
Do you currently have the product, or you said it's just a prototype?
Oh, I have the product.
Okay, and you said you made the $60,000. Could you just break that down a bit? Is that with selling the actual unit, or was that in the crowdfunding money?
So it was actually selling the unit of the crowdfunding. So the crowdfunding was to get to test the market, to see how would the market act on it. Because when we had did a 60 days, well, not 60 days, but 45 days for like Valentine's Day. So we had started after Christmas, and we target our target market. So we went to hair salons, we went to makeup artists, and to put the word out. So we just wanted to see what it would happen if we did put the word out, and see how the audience would react to our crowdfunding.
So you were selling the actual
Product,
pop sign. Oh,
yes.
okay. How many units of that?
This was 500 units for $60.
Thank you.
Okay, Jeff Armfield is a founder of Cognition Lifting System, a company dedicated to safer, more productive overhead lifting. A mechanical engineer by education, Jeff also holds an MBA from the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. His professional experience includes research, product development, and product marketing roles at multiple global companies. It's all yours.
Thank you very much. And imagine your job is walking into a factory every single day and using something called a hoist to lift heavy things and move them from point A to point B. And that hoist, which is an electric motor and some mechanical components and some lifting chain, follows you along like a faithful dog, works side by side every day, day after day after day, right until it doesn't. And the point of sharing these real-life incidents is to remind everyone that overhead lifting and hoisting is risky, and the consequences of a failure are severe. OSHA data for the last 15 years confirms not only the risk to life and limb of overhead lifting and hoisting, but also the economic cost that is imposed upon American manufacturing as a result of it. And the reason we have these statistics and the reason we have these accidents is that even in this digital era, hoists are dumb machines. They don't communicate with their users. Fortunately, we use a machine every single day that has great human-machine interaction. That's our cars. Our cars tell us when they need maintenance. Our cars tell us when they need to be repaired. And our cars tell us when we're operating in a risky situation. Our innovation is to take that digital sensing and digital communication technology that has been perfected and cost reduced in the automotive industry and apply that to an electric chain hoist. Our patented product, you see here, can wirelessly communicate to the end user whether a hoist needs maintenance, whether a hoist needs components repair or a failure, and whether we've got an overload or a potential shutdown coming. Our unique selling proposition, our value proposition, is that we build the human-machine connection that maximizes productivity and maximizes safety. There's a market for powered chain hoists. It's about $2 billion in revenue annually, about 400,000 units annually, and we segment that into 3 tiers, if you will. Our point of entry for our product is in what we call the specialized chain hoist segment. This is where people use hoist every single day, 24/7. They are executing sophisticated, complicated lifting tasks, and they know and they value increased productivity and increased safety. Inside that specialized segment, we are well positioned. Right now, there are basically 2 solutions on the market. That first solution is what we would call a battleship hoist. These are hoists that are made by global manufacturers. They're dumb. They don't talk. They don't say when they're going to fail, but they are built to withstand abuse, lack of maintenance, you name it. They're supposed to last and last and last. But as I said, when they fail, they provide absolutely no warning. There's no way to know. On the other end of that spectrum are a very small number of companies that produce complex systems that tell users how their hoists are operating and when failure might be imminent. But those systems are incredibly fragile. They don't really work in the industrial environment, and they're incredibly expensive. We are positioned in a place where we will sell the mechanical durability expected from the market leaders, but add that extra layer of digital communication and digital technology that tells users when things are going bad and helps them be more safe. So, we have a problem worth solving. We know there's a market for it. We are positioned well against our competition. Can we turn this into a business? And the answer is yes. Even at low volumes, our hoists make money about $1,000 per unit. You add to that parts and accessories that come from those friendly maintenance reminders. Think of it as like tires and changing your oil. And an ecosystem that we'll develop that adds accessories that specialize even further into certain niches of the overhead lifting market. And in 3 years, which is about as far as we dare to project, we're roughly $1.5 million business that's solidly profitable. Now, how do we get the word out? Our marketing plan in the B2B world is to use lead users, kind of like social media influencers, but without TikTok and Instagram. Their validation feeds our trade shows and trade publications, which then lets us get to customer demos, road shows, and head-to-head competition. If we do that well, these are the type of headlines we're going to see. And there's one more headline that's not on here that's also worth mentioning. We will have created and grown a brand new manufacturing business in Genesee County.
Sorry if you already answered this. Where are you in the process currently?
We have a design, we have built prototypes, and we have units in the hands of users.
Okay. Have you done any testing yet?
Yes. We've done, well, I don't want to get into the engineering details, static load testing, performance testing, enough to have confidence that we have a solution that we can sell, and people who are asking to participate now.
Okay. Thank you.
My question is about digital security with both input and output.
Right.
So what are the considerations there for you guys?
Sure. 2 things to talk about. One, relative to actual hoist operation movement up and down, that's hardwired. We don't allow any interception digitally along that control line, if you will. Relative to information, the chips that we are using all come with WPA security, which is really pretty good. It's standard on the internet. We don't anticipate that there is going to be, again, any type of interception or corruption, maybe beyond transmission. But the point being, we have a solid data link that is well understood and well used in industry.
In the beginning of the presentation, you said that the hoists were not safe, but then you presented a digital hoist. So,
I think the subtle answer to your question is that hoists as they exist today will not tell you when they're about to fail. It's not that they're not safe. They're designed to take a lot of abuse, but when they fail, you have no way of knowing. What we're proposing here is providing that digital technology that warns people well ahead of time that you need to take care of your maintenance task, you need to fix a component that's not working or is broken, and you need to, in some cases, stop the unit completely. So in essence, it's a warning system built around hoists. Hoists are safe, no question about it, but when they fail catastrophically and often without warning, and that's the difference.
Okay, as an artistic director of the Goblin King Players, Christina Lakey is committed to fostering a vibrant and inclusive local arts community. With a decade of experience leading the Flint Zombie Walk and a passion for supporting local talent, she is dedicated to creating a hub of entertainment that inspires and empowers artists within the Flint community. Through her work, Christina aims to revitalize the art scene and provide opportunities for local creatives to thrive.
One little malfunction later. Hello, my name is Christina Lakey. I am the artistic director for the Goblin King Players, and I'm here to introduce to you the most unique art form that I bet you've never heard of. Our mission statement is we are dedicated to employing artists, preserving historic theaters like that one right back there, providing unique entertainment, and doing it all at a price that you can actually afford to bring your family to. So let's do a thought experiment real quick. I want you to think about your favorite movie. Probably your mom, there's my mom, showed it to me way too young. You love it. Every time it's on TV, you sit and nerd out about it. Your friends will be like, oh, that's that person's movie. Do you have that movie? That's what we deal in. Nostalgia, baby. That's the first branch of what we do. It is called shadow casting, and it looks like this. So there's a screen behind, and we're sort of like a pop-up book of the motion. Let's just bring Tim Burton right to you. For example, that's Beetlejuice, one of the movies we did. And in order to do that, we have to employ artists, wig makers, costumers, set designers, and the list goes on. This breathes new life. It gives new meaning to these movies that we love. And it encourages multi-generation ticket sales because I see 3 generations in the front row all of the time at our shows. We did The Princess Bride. We had to learn how to do this whole sword fight from this movie, if you remember it. And the infamous Hocus Pocus, where we had to learn how to do spells or something. It was pretty cool. The second leg of what we do is called immersive events. And I wish I felt as happy about anything as that woman felt about watching what we were doing in this moment. I love that because we see that all the time when we're working. It's enhanced creativity, right, to the nth degree. It strengthens social bonds because we see people coming in with their friends and their family, and it's increased mindfulness. They put their phones away. They'll be like, wow, this is really cool, and then they want to be in the moment, buy the ticket, take the ride, right? We hosted a masquerade for 3 years in a row that saw the first year we sold out to 800 people. And just this past June, we did a Back to the 80s event where we worked with the Detroit Ghostbusters. So we love community partnership. We brought in a celebrity to perform, which was a rare treat for everybody. And this is an example of an immersive event out of state we were invited to perform at. This wasn't ours, but we just were the entertainment. We have enjoyed box office success. We sold out a show 4 times. With 5,200 tickets sold, that is so many tickets at a theater just like the Capitol. The economic enthusiasm it's so real. But I want to tell you something. As many people as this is, that's not necessarily the norm, okay? When you're in the arts, it's an up and down world. And this is an example, though, of what can be with innovation, with community support, and with people backing you. The economic impact goes way beyond those ticket sales. Think about the restaurants people went to beforehand, the coffee shops nearby, the event security they had to hire. They had to bus people in, the actors, the musicians, the tech people, and the very happy theater staff who were happy to have 4 sold-out shows. The immersive events market, it is growing so much. It's projected to hit $35.78 billion by 2027, but we are not following that trend. We're at the top there. We're leading it with something really innovative and unique. That brings me to the final piece of what we do. It's community gig work. It might be my favorite. Recently, we went to the Center for Puppetry Arts in Atlanta, and we learned from the best. We brought that knowledge back to Flint, and now we do puppet shows for local kids to teach them about the importance of reading. This is some other gig work we did. Locally, we did a murder mystery for the Kiwanis Club like 4 weeks ago. We Christmas caroled at the FIA. We did a murder mystery on Mackinac. You might find us even at a wedding. Some people wanted the Addams Family for some reason. I don't know. We said, sure, we got you. But this is the heart and soul of it. These are our actors. This is a portion of the people who work for us. All of them behind the scenes. The impact on local artists cannot be overstated. It's not about my business. It's about what we do together. It's about employing local artists. That boosts your economy. That money is going back into Flint. It's circulating here, and you're developing the talent in your own backyard. Just a little graph showing you how that money gets funneled back in. But there's an accessibility crisis when 71% of people say that they cannot afford going to their favorite shows anymore. But for us, we can overcome that. Our tickets start at $20. Even with VIP add-ons, they'll never be more than $50, I promise you that. The arts are criminally underfunded, sitting at negative 8.6% in 2020. It hasn't gotten much better since COVID, I can tell you that as well. That brings me to this moment, that brings me to you. We need microphones, soundboard speakers, costume upgrades, and so much more. Thank you so much for your time.
So you said that you've got $20 tickets. Can you give us a breakdown of what those costs look like?
For us?
Yes.
Sure, so it depends on if it's like a full show. So we did Hocus Pocus, right? Unfortunately, Disney takes half of that right off the top. And then our venue takes another half, and so I might see $5 of that ticket. But we might do something like Princess Bride, where Sony only asks for 20%. So it's kind of always fluctuating. We did the 80s event, and it was $0 because we just came up with it. So there's a kind of a disparity in that.
Do you always do classic movies or emulate classic movies or, I don't know, other stuff?
Yeah, we do classic movies because in order to keep prices fair, we have to do something everybody loves. If we did like I'm a nerd from way back, so if we did movies I love that no one's heard of, I couldn't pay anybody. So we keep it big, we keep it cute, and I look to what the manufacturers are making. Like what's being sold in stores, that's what people love. Let's do that movie.
How much money have you already made? You said you've been doing the productions. I know you had the 3 shows, so.
That's a terrific question. But so much of the upfront cost goes to not me, but like the production company that owns it. So like, let's say Hocus Pocus, our take home, like after I paid my actors, my company made $9,000. That show made almost $150,000. So there's just a crazy disparity. I would say maybe all total 150,000 we've made with our big shows. But all of that goes back to the artists.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Sean McIntyre is one half of the creative team at Super Dicey Games. He is always more comfortable having a one-on-one conversation about this project, but sometimes opportunities like Pitch4k appear, and those moments require a public presentation. He is a multi-passionate creative, and these games have been his passion for the last 2 years. His hope that after the next 5 minutes, everyone in this room will understand why.
Hi, I'm Sean, Super Dicey Games. Today I will be using the interactive pitch deck tool, Pitch Deck 9000. Say hi, Pitch Deck 9000. All right, let's get started. What, a month for, wait, what's happening right now? Yeah, it's a sales pitch for our business, Super Dicey Games. Yep, still doing the board game thing. Well, it's a little more complicated than that. We actually made a product and we solved a problem. We're solving the problem of screen time. Everybody is on their phones way too much and not interacting enough. So what if there was an effective, effective way of getting people to put their phones down? No, we're trying to get people to put their phones down and pick up our dicey card games that take about a minute to learn and 10 minutes to play. We want people to be rolling, not scrolling. Well, if you're like me, you grew up on board games, playing the classics, Risk, Monopoly, Uno. Board games today are a lot more involved. They usually come with complicated rules, which leads to complicated gameplay, which can lead to complicated relationships. So our games are easy to learn, quick to play, and they're great for a family game night or an afternoon with your friends, which is great because in this market, that's the biggest demographic in the $1 billion of annual sales in the board game industry. This is the easy part. So we have 10 games that we've been working on. RSVP, rock, paper, scissors, we turn that into a card game with a twist. We have Bump, which uses polynomial dice instead of six-sided dice. Poly dice are the kind that you use in D&D. Not a lot of board games out there using polynomial dice in their regular gameplay, so we feel like this is kind of a unique thing in this space. Escape Route is our take on marble dice, and we used backgammon, marble checkers, and we use backgammon dice mechanics in that. Then we have Impact Zone, and yeah, actually we are gonna make money because we have a simple two-step plan. Step one, the COGS, cost of goods and services, on any of our games, regardless of the title, for one unit is never more than $10. We're gonna sell them for $20, and that's gonna net us $10 in profit. Step two, we're gonna repeat this 9,999 more times. The goal is to sell 10,000 units of our catalog across our entire catalog, because 10,000 units times $10 is a 100K idea. What are we gonna do with the money? Well, two things. We want to finalize our art to get polished prototypes, and then the rest is gonna go to production costs in our printing. Business plan, marketing strategy. Well, we have a website, and we've been doing social media content with businesses and organizations in and around Flint. We go to their place, we teach them how to play our games on the spot, and then that gives us an opportunity to highlight their investment in Flint as well as promoting our own games. I do want to finalize kind of what I think this company is. First and foremost, we're going to produce games and sell games for a profit. But the rolling, not scrolling has elements of being able to go out and do strategies of outreach with doing live events for schools or for libraries or possibly team building events. And then we're going to use all of that outreach to funnel it back into the company, because we feel that the best marketing for a company is to have people enjoying your product. Yes, we have thought it through. Like they said earlier, it's taken us about 2 years to get to this point. Super Dicey Games, it's not what you're playing, it's who you're playing with.
How many games do you have made currently?
We have 10 in our catalog. We have another couple in the back burner. We're always trying to kind of keep that. But we have 10 play-tested, playable demos that we've taken out into the thing, and we feel pretty good where they are at this point. I've done all of the art myself, and what I'd really like to do is get somebody who knows a little bit more about that to kind of help us get the finalizing of packaging in.
Thank you.
Yes.
Could you tell us about the game that's doing the best in your play testing?
That's done the best?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, depends on whether it's one-on-one or in groups. In groups, it tends to be escape route, which is a little more interactive. It's basically marble checkers, but instead of being able to jump, it forces you to have to kind of go around people. That does really well. RSVP, the rock, paper, scissors, that's pretty engaging. All of our games, we wanted to have winners, but we didn't want to have a distinct winner. We took into account the rest of the player's experience. And so, yeah, there is definitely a winner at the end of it, but it's taken 10 minutes and you can play multiple at a time, and it tends to not have 3 hours of investment only to have somebody keep all the sheep, and then you can't go any farther.
Could you further elaborate just a little bit on exactly what your marketing strategy is? You stated that you do have the website, but what are your plans for getting more traffic or getting people to actually purchase on that website?
Okay, so the website is just kind of a placeholder. We're really focusing on the outreach of going out and doing these, we call them on locations, going around to the different businesses. We make contact with somebody like you and say, hey, we want to come in and shoot a 3-minute social media thing, and we're going to teach you how to play this game. We're going to talk about what you're doing. We're going to talk about what we're doing, and then we're going to post that on TikTok. That's it in a nutshell. But, okay, thank you.
Okay, Tiana D. Harrington is a dedicated entrepreneur and community leader known for her unwavering commitment to empowering others. With a deep passion for fostering growth and success, she has made significant strides in the beauty and barber industry through her innovative consulting services. As the driving force behind TDH Business Consulting Services, Tiana combines her expertise with a heartfelt dedication to mentoring professionals, ensuring they have the knowledge, tools, and resources needed to thrive. Her leadership and vision have not only transformed individual careers, but have also made a lasting impact on the community she serves. There you go.
Of TDH Consulting Services. I am a devoted wife, a mother of 5 beautiful children, community builder, educator, entrepreneur, and hairstylist. Our industry has faced many challenges: lack of professionalism, limited business development, and missed opportunities to engage with the community. TDH empowers, equip, and elevate professionals to gain professional licensing, business development, and community engagement. My primary target audience is unlicensed beauty professionals and mentoring cosmetologists and barbers in the beauty industry to elevate their professional careers. Our market is a $289 billion industry with projections of 11.2% from now until 2032. Some of the key drivers are more people are getting interested in their professional grooming, popularity in cosmetic procedures, and male grooming. So what does this mean for our community? 1, more people will be licensed, increased job opportunities, higher standards of service, and professionalism. How many people would like more professionalism in the beauty and barber industry? My competitors are other beauty consultants and established beauty schools in our area. However, my proposition is I provide all-inclusive training,
I'm an industry expertise with having over 21 years as an educator in cosmetology, and my commitment to community engagement. So, we did a market search in our area. There's no one like me. I am the solution. So, how am I going to reach more people? One, build relationships with my local schools and professionals that's around to help take their business to another level. Different organizations, schools, and different community events. I plan to, for social media, referral systems as well, and recruit and educate unlicensed professionals that's working under the radar in an unjudgment zone. So far we have generated income by consulting fees, workshops, and partnerships. The projected growth for my business is I have an 85% passing rate for first-time takers, the people that came to me and I trained them to take the test. I plan to increase that by 50% within the next year. Also, I have worked with 12 professionals that's already licensed thus far, and I have mentored them, and I plan to take that from 12 to 18 months to 100%. I want to double that. Community engagement, we do a lot in the community. I want to just double that by engaging in more and more events and teach people the importance to giving back. Revenue growth, so far with my consulting fees, workshops, and events, I put on about $20,000, and I plan to go up 30 to 40% in revenue. So we have accomplished 20 plus professionals so far since 2023, 12 licensed professionals that took their test and passed, and successful partnerships. How can this help me? To expand our outreach, development, additional workshops and material, and enhance community engagement. In addition, I welcome partnerships from organizations who believe in my mission. At TDH Consulting Services, we're not just shaping the future of beauty and barber professionals. We're building a movement of success. So, join with me, redefine success, because your success is my passion. Thank you.
I thought that was a beautiful presentation. If you could just elaborate a bit more on what specific consulting services do you provide for clients?
I train people, one, if they're unlicensed professionals and they have went to hair school, barber school, but they never have taken their license. So I train them. So I'm like a tutor, per se. I'm not a hair school, so I can't start someone from zero to the required hours, but if they have gone, I can train them and prepare them to take the test. So that's what I do in an unjudgment way. And then if someone is working with their business, they have, they working on the radar, their business not licensed, I can tell them exactly what they need for State Board to come in.
How long would it take for somebody to start working with you and then get through your program or consulting services to then be licensed on average?
Usually it takes people between 6 to 8 weeks. We meet weekly, and I go over theory and practical. I have a theory test. I train them. I give them the answers. I teach them like I do my students.
With 20 students in the last year and a half, right?
Say that again?
20 students in the last year and a half.
No, I had 12 students, but 20 professionals that I've mentored.
How many customers a week is viable for you?
For me, with all the hats that I wear, I usually can work with 1 to 2 people at a time, And that's the biggest, because again, one of my key components is inclusive. Like, I want to just spend time with you versus everybody else in the classroom. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Tiffany Coleman is a passion entrepreneur from Flint, dedicated to revolutionizing the health in urban communities. Leveraging her background as a personal trainer and content creator, she has founded 810 Wellness Bar to provide nutrient-rich beverage options that support overall well-being. Tiffany is committed to making wellness accessible and empowering individuals in urban areas to make healthier choices through her innovative and community-focused brand. Right. There you go.
Is the mic on? Is my mic on? Oh. Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how I healed my stomach issues through changing my diet, which ultimately resulted in the creation of 810 Wellness Bar, where you can elevate your day one sip at a time. So the biggest problems that urban communities like Flint face is that there's really a lack of access to healthy food options, which results in chronic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, you name it. Like, how many of you at least know one family member, a friend, or even yourself that deal with this? Right. So it's very common for people to be more unhealthy and know someone that's unhealthy rather than someone that lead a very active lifestyle. Which brings me to my solution of 810 Wellness Bar, where we really provide cost-conscious, thoughtfully sourced food and beverage options that cater to all dietary restrictions. The market opportunity for my business is really huge, both globally and within my target market of millennials and Gen Zers. And the biggest surge of those numbers came from the pandemic, when people really wanted more like transparency in the food system and being able to know what's going into their body. So it was bad for Big Pharma, but great for my pockets. For the revenue model, majority of our sales will come through direct sales, just selling the drinks and foods. But the other half will come through memberships, community events, and merchandise and apparel, which is really just expanding the vision and painting that picture for my people. For my expected revenue, for the rest of this year, I plan to do about $3,000 from events and collaborations. Next year, in the springtime, I plan on opening a stand at the farmers market and also continuing to do collabs and events, and that'll be about $20,000. And then the following year, I plan on opening another farmers market stand, so that'll be 2, and then keeping up with the events and collabs, which that'll be about $40,000. So those numbers are very humble, but I plan to blow them out of the waters. And here is a picture of my favorite juice, the Green Goddess. I love a good green juice, so this was made by me. The cost of production is roughly $3. We sell it for $10, so the profit margin is about 70%, which varies based on the season and availability of the ingredients, of course. For my competition, both locally and globally, they're very good. So shout out Willow's Gardens and the Soul Selection, I love them. But one thing that I do different from my competitors is I'm never gonna really sell you on the benefits of it, even the cost of it. I'm really gonna sell you guys on the vision of the person you can become when you drink my products, the highest version of yourself. And of course, my products will be in your hand when you're becoming that person. And a lot of that will come through the way I market. The top 2 marketing strategies that I'll have is my influencer partnerships and my community engagement events. And that's me right there. I also do influencing and content creation on the side, which leads me to our very first event that we'll be doing next month. We'll do a yoga event, which I'm really excited about. It's really just giving people brand awareness, creating some brand traction, and allowing people to interact with my brand and create like a fun experience with it. And if I was to win the $5,000 today, majority of it would go to a good commercial juicer, which I think is really important, being that I'm not gonna open up a brick and mortar building. Everywhere I go, the product needs to be consistent and it needs to taste good. So that's where I'll put most of the money. And if you just want to stay connected with us for events or just seeing what we're up to, you can follow us at 810 Wellness Bar. Thank you. Oh, wait a minute.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you explain, you showed on there with your revenue, you were going to have memberships. Can you describe that a little bit?
Yeah, so allowing people to pay, I was thinking roughly between $20 to $30 and being able to get a 5% discount on their drinks. They'll also be able to attend one free event. So the yoga event, for example, they'd be able to get free admission into that and whatever else we have going on. So really just trying to build a community. Also, they'd get a discount on the merchandise and apparel. So something like how you see at Erewhon, I don't know if you know them out in California, they do similar things, and I thought that was really cool to just build the brand.
With the rising cost of food and groceries, I saw on that slide that you said currently the cost of goods is $3. Mm-hmm. With the rising cost of food and groceries, do you have any plans for keeping your costs at that same $10 price point?
Yes, so majority of that will come through changing the menu based on the season. So there's certain products or certain ingredients that are cheaper in certain seasons. So for example, strawberries are cheaper in the summertime. So try to do mostly juices and smoothies that have strawberries in the summertime. And then in the winter, based off of cantaloupe may be cheaper. So going based off of ingredients or drinks that would have that ingredient in it. So basically just rotating the menu based on the season and availability of it.
Can I ask about the availability of the slot at the farmer's market? You said that you were intending to open a space over there?
Yeah, not exactly that farmer's market. I know that
gotcha.
one. So I'm actually in a program, and they told me that they only want one of everything in that farmer's market. So I would have loved to do it in Flint, but maybe the Davison Farmers Market, just something still in Genesee County. If I can't even Detroit, as long as I'm able to be in an urban community, and yeah, that's the biggest thing. Thank you. Do I give this back to?
That's what time it is now. Okay, the audience and those that are virtual, use your smartphones and head to the website, vote4pitch.com. There we go. So voting is now open. Vote4pitch.com. Is there anyone in here that need help with this process? Raise your hand. Woo, this is great. Everybody knows what they're doing. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Vivian for some announcements. There you go. Thank you.
So, if it's coming up with an error for you, you can go to pitch4k.com/vote. Or just come and see me, and I'll help you get there. I know it was working mostly, but a few people were having trouble. So if you have trouble, just do that. Without. Yep. pitch4k.com/vote.
Thank you for that, Dean. And just to remind you, once you're on the website, you'll be asked to order the finalists based on your preference. Please simply drag and place each person in the order you decide. You'll have about 5 minutes to vote. And while I have your attention at this time, I just wanted to quickly go over an announcement. You can see in your Pitch4k pamphlets that 100K Ideas has a summit coming up in partnership with Huntington Bank. It's called Huntington Bank Seeds for Growth program. The event's going to take place on Monday, October 21st from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Mott Community College Regional Technology Center. The summit is focused on bringing statewide policy, resources, and knowledge to the Flint and Genesee County small business owners and entrepreneurs. The day is going to start with an overview of small business policy and resources to ensure vital information on economic growth is shared with local stakeholders. The afternoon will focus on access capital and business growth. Speakers during the event will include Senator Sarah Anthony from Lansing, Representative Jason Hawkins from Southfield, Representative Albus Fahart from Dearborn, Wafa Denaro from the New Economy Initiative, Christina Johnson from the Flint and Genesee Group, Kai Bowman from the Michigan Black Business Alliance, Laura Sigma from Best Practices Consulting LLC, and many more. The event keynote will be provided by Natalie Cady, owner of the 810 Nail Bar right across the street from us. In addition to this amazing slate of speakers, the event will also feature local small business owners and resource providers to share information on their products and programs respectfully. 100K Ideas has pamphlets on this particular event located at the desk in our community table as you exit the Dryden building. Feel free to grab a 100K Ideas employee if you have any questions about this particular event. Thank you so much. Don't forget to vote.
my goodness. Look at you guys. Big checks. Okay. Anyone out here interested in the next pitch? It's coming up on February 27th. Write that down. February 27th, 2025. Submissions are open. And look at what we have here. The judges are ready. Okay. This is the good part. Okay. And the winners are? Okay, first we have the People's Choice Award. That is you? You get to be Vanna. Yes, ma'am.
Great job, everyone, but the People's Choice was Cognition Lifting System.
All right. Woo. Congratulations. Yep, get your pictures taken. Okay, next. Third place winner will be. All right. Congratulations. Cognition. Two-time winner. All right. Next, for $2,500, the second place winner is? All right, Bronwyn. Congratulations, Miss Lipka. And where's Dad? Dad's back there, he's proud. Okay. Okay, here we go, the big money. And the winner is? All right! All right! Congratulations! Go ahead, let those tears flow. Congratulations, winners! Okay. Once again, we want to thank CS Mott Foundation for making all of this possible. We want to thank MEDC for the People's Choice Award. We also, for technology and media support, 360 Interactive. Where are you? Wave your hand, 360. All right, thank you. And University of Michigan's Office of Research and Development. 100K Ideas, yay. There you go, all right. We want to thank our judges, Lasia, Warren, and Jennifer. All right. Our selection committee, I'm not sure if you're in here, but Dr. Letitia Slappy, Daniel Kaman, Terrence Green, and our mentors, Marty Savas, Jessica Hatter, Shanice Ollie, Ellen Burgess, Ebony Gibson, Jennifer Fryer, and Jordan Brown. Thank you. This was a lot of fun. Yes. Thank you.